Good morning, Washington, Baltimore, and all the ships at sea. It's Dave TV for the 2nd of March, 2013. How y'all doing? It's a Saturday. Was going to do a look at the local media blogs this week, but I think I'll pass on that. It's boring. They're dull. I'm so sick of reading about Bob Woodward. Who cares? Interesting article today in the Washington Post. Post ends practice of independent ombudsman. Of course, we all tipped you off to that last week. Patrick Pexton, who is the ombudsman at the Washington Post, it's a position where you're a full-time guy, full-time person, and full-time position, and you basically, look at the newspaper and the readers and the writers and the reporters, and you criticize things and stuff like that. And there've been every couple of years they appoint a new one, and it has a specific term, and Pexton's ended at the end of February, and so he's gone. I don't know. Again, he did some interesting criticism of the paper, but again, a lot of times the ombudsman sits there and just kind of is a PR guy and tells, I don't know. But anyhow, so this Paul Farhi Pierce basically says they're going to put some new position. It's going to be called the a reader representative. Okay, now here's what's interesting. Okay, the reader representative won't do a specific column like Pexton and his predecessors did in the Sunday editorial section, but editorial page there. But this new person will address readers' concerns and occasionally write about stuff on the intranet and in the paper. But what's interesting is a quote that Farhi has of Fred Hyatt, who's the editorial page editor. A reader representative will be named from within the newspaper staff. The position will be a full-time job, Hyatt said. He said he hopes to add a senior staff member on a part-time basis. So wait a minute, I'm getting this. Let me read this again. It's going to be a full-time job, but they're going to be hoping to add a senior staff member on a part-time basis. Full-time, part-time. What is it? That's the Post. Just kind of well, we don't really even know. Do they really even know themselves what this new? It's full time. No, it's part time. So then I'm looking in the wonderful, thin, extremely thin Saturday style section in the Post at the TV grid, and look at this. Channel 26 tonight at 8 o'clock. A 60s pop flashback, Hullabaloo. I'm going to DVR that. I don't know if I'm going to sit there and watch it live, but I'm going to DVR it because Johnny Holliday will be hosting it, or voicing it, or hosting it, or something. Remember, Johnny Holliday, of course, you see, he is a DC radio TV legend. He's been all over the place. That currently does lots of sports, voice of the Maryland Terrapins. So you hear him a lot on the radio and see him a lot on TV. Does talk shows and stuff in the sports genre. But Johnny was a long time top 40 DJ-ish kind of guy. He worked in Cleveland for many years, and he worked in San Francisco. And then late 60s, he came to Washington and worked at DC, WWDC, back when it was an adult contemporary station. Did a morning show there. Kind of a pre-Zooey show, kind of like that. Pre-Zooey. It wasn't a zoo show, but it was kind of like, hey, it's a morning show with music and weather and traffic and stuff like that, and lots of fun stuff. And Johnny did that for many years on WWDC when it was 1260 AM and 101.1 FM before it became a rocker in the early 70s. And it's worked in a number of area stations. But anyhow, back in the 60s, mid-60s, Johnny was out in California and got associated with NBC and did the Hullabaloo show, which was kind of a music show dealing with a lot of, top 40-ish contemporary pop music acts. Had a lot of the cool bands on and singers on back in the day. So that's going to be that's a nationally produced PBS fundraiser show. It's going to be shown on PBS stations all over the country, public stations all over the country, starting tonight, March the 2nd, and it's going to be shown here on Channel 26. And I suppose later in the month you'll also catch it on MPT. They do tend to rerun those a lot, and they do tend to focus a lot on music that appeals to people in their 50s and 60s. You see a lot of like doo-wop stuff, and classic rock stuff when they do those music shows for PBS fundraisers. And I think they probably figure, a lot of our viewers are probably people in their 50s and 60s, and they're saving their money by not wasting it on cable TV, buying all these crappy channels they don't watch. Instead, they're putting up their antennas and watching PBS. But I like, honestly, I have to say, maybe I'm getting old. One of my favorite channels is PBS. I really enjoy a lot of the stuff on there. I even got into Downton Abbey this year. Although I'd like to have seen Shirley MacLaine on more episodes, not just the one. But you look at WETA here in Washington, WETA UK, which I really like, and NPT, and even NPT2, which shows a lot of British stuff on it. I'm watching those a lot. Probably I'd say maybe half of my TV viewing is probably some public television thing. So I do recommend watch Johnny Holliday tonight and support PBS because they do deserve it. And you don't need cable for it. If you can figure out how to use your antenna in this world of digital television, you can watch it without paying Comcast or Cox or Time Warner or Dish Network or whoever. MeTV is coming to Channel 7. They're going, as we told you earlier, they're going to be getting rid of that Weather Now channel. What is that? Comcast 205, I think. I don't know what it is on Verizon, but that's going to be going away, and they're going to be putting a MeTV, which is one of those classic TV channels. And the tentative start date we're hearing is March the 11th, so look for that then. So that's like not next week, but the week after. So that should be interesting. That'll join Antenna TV and Cozy TV and all these other classic TVs. And we used to get Retro TV. Of course, 7 used to carry Retro TV, and they dumped that about a year ago for that Live Well network. So whatever. All right, folks, going to keep it short. 7-minute mark. Thanks for watching Dave TV. Have a great weekend. Live long and prosper.